Hello, welcome back. So in the previous section, we learned how to create our first route. So today, let's go ahead and let's create a route for our shops. So let's get started. So before we get started, so let's rename this folder. So we can say, so let me just open the terminal. So to rename this folder, I can go one step back and I can say MV library management, or I can say recursively library management to an e-commerce, let's say e. So we can see that we have renamed the folder. So this should not be existed anymore. So let me add folder to the workspace. So I can say e-commerce and let's add it. And we can remove this folder. Okay. So we'll be working on this file, right? So let's remove everything. Okay. So today I will help you with running our Flask application in another way. So we should have app.run. So here, what we have to do now here is we have to define our route. Okay. So for that, what we can say from Flask, import Flask, and we don't need JSONify for now. Now let's create a dictionary, a list of dictionaries. So you can say shops equal to, and you can say dictionary, that will be. So let me quickly type. Oh, we have our shops ready. So now let's create a route. So in order to create a route, we have learned in the previous section. We can say the right app, you can say dot route, and you can say slash. So when we say slash, we want to return the list of shops, or to be specific, we can say shops. So here we can say, so we can define a function get shops. So when we say get shops, then we can say return shops. Cool, right? So now let's open a terminal. So we're in the e-commerce folder. So first, what we have to do is we need to activate this environment. So to do that, you can say source.venv bin activate. So we have this environment activated now, correct? So now we can say Flask run. Amazing. Okay. So now, as we have learned about Postman in the earlier video, so let's use that Postman. So let's say new and let's post the URL. It will be HTTP and let's send. So it says that the URL was not found in the server. Why is that? Oh, it should be shops, right? Nice, right? So we get a JSON response. So now let's create a new route which would add some shops to the list. So now we have currently this list. We want to create a new shop. How can we do that? So it's very simple. So here we're having app.route and we don't have any method, right? So by default, when you say app.route, it's a get method. So in networking, we have get, post, put, delete HTTP methods. So let me define them. So when do we use get? So if we want some list or item from the server. Okay. When do we use post? If we want to create a new item or entry. When we use put, if we want to update the entry, we use this put method, and delete an entry. Okay. So now let's learn how we can create shops. So to do that, what we can say, so let's define a route. So we can say at the rate app.route, let's say slash shops, and here we can say, let's say post, and let's say, so we have these shops. So now what we have to do is we need to get shops or a list of entry, right? Entry from the user. So we can say shop, so it will basically request.json. So now where do we get this request from? So we need to import it from the Flask. Okay. Here, what we can say, let's print the shop here. So let me just return success for now, and we'll implement this. So when I save, the server doesn't restart. So let me remove this. So when I save, it doesn't refresh, right? So to fix that, you can say flux run dash debug. So if you run this code, oh shit. So we have a mistake here, spelling mistake. Let's save and let's run again. So now you can see we have a debugger active. So whenever I save, it will restart. So you see, this is amazing. So let's go to our shops. And now let me save this. So it should be in this rest, and let me save this. So let's create one new route. So let's copy this and let's edit here. Okay. So now if I check my code, you can see this is this has a method post. So let's go here. Let's change this to post. Okay. So, and if you can see, this function accepts some JSON from the client or the postman, right? So let me just simply copy this and let me go to the code. So if you want to send a JSON in the request, then you can go to this row. You can change this text to a JSON. And for now, let me just paste it. Okay. But we want to send only one object, right? So we don't need to send a list. So let me remove this. So let me change this name from Labim to Pretty Grocery. Okay. And they have a product, juice, and it costs them 30 rupees. Okay. So this is a post method and I'm calling this endpoint. So when I call this particular URL with this post method, that means this part of the code should be executed, right? We should get some shops in our console. So let's hit this endpoint. So you see we get a success. If you check our console, then you can see we have a shop that is named Kriti Grocery, product, some products, right? So now if I want to add this entry to the shops, what I can do, I can simply say shops.append and I can say shop. Correct? So instead of returning this success message here, let's return the shop which we have just added. So you can say shop and let's send some status code. So 201 means created. So that means we have created the record. Let me save. Let me go to the postman and let me send again. So now you see we get the response back. So let's save this. So the name should be add shop. Let me save. So now that means I have added the shop. So when I get the shops again, I should be able to see the newly added shops, right? So let me send. Amazing. Now we have 2 shops in our list. Okay. So just now I've added status code 201. So let's learn about different status code here. I can say, so let me use multiple comment, multi-line comment. So this is a multi-line comment. So here I can add the status codes. So these are the list of complete status code. So you can go through them. So I'll add it in the README file or somewhere here or in the document somewhere. So you can go through them. So we'll be mostly interested in this 200, 201. That means when we have any status code that starts with 2, that is a successful. If it starts from 1, then it means that it's something called informational. If it starts from something from 3, it is called redirection. If something from 4, then it's something is a client error. Okay. Or if it is something from 5, then it's a server error. Okay. So in this section, we learn how to create a route, and we also learn about the different methods, HTTP methods like get, post, put, delete. And also we created a shop and we returned this 201 because we created an entry here. And we also learn about different HTTP status code. So we'll be using these things extensively. And also we have learned about the postman, how we can add post through the postman, and how can we get the list of the shops from the postman. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.